Welcome to Florida Men on Florida Man with Greg, Wayne, Josh, and Cameron, the podcast where Floridians discuss the legends, lore, and crazy stories that always seem to take place in Florida. How you doing, everybody?
Oh, very good.
Doing
How are
great.
you doing?
It's an
You almost
afternoon.
poisoned yourself.
Oh, that's true.
I did.
Yeah.
Now,
Or
if that's
gassed, yeah.
okay, I didn't mean to. Here's the thing: I was doing one of those bug gassers
Yep.
Right.
in my garage,
Okay.
and I lit off 2 of them. But the old ones had a button you could just mash, and the smoke comes out.
Like
Did
a
they?
grenade.
Right.
Okay.
These were a little more complicated, I think, for safety
Since
reasons.
they were complicated, you read the
The
instructions?
instructions. Nope, threw them in the garbage.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
Okay.
So it was a lengthy process. You had to
Too
fill
many
a cup.
steps.
You had to fill a cup of a little bit of water,
Uh-huh.
and you put this canister in there.
Okay.
Oof.
But then I was like, "Why isn't no smoke coming out?"
Right.
So I pick it up and I'm examining it.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. You're sniffing the fogger.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like,
I
smells.
don't smell any chemicals.
Yeah, this wouldn't kill me if I was a bug.
It smells sleepy.
It
Yeah.
smells sleepy.
So I put them down and I walk over to the garbage can where I just threw away the instructions.
Right.
And I'm reading it, and behind me I hear. So I was about 8 seconds away.
I
from
feel like
just,
I'm in a Hollywood studio.
Bro, you
just
almost turned into a bug.
created that Hollywood sound effect right here.
You mean do it
live.
again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
People, if you could see his mouth.
Come on.
incredible,
Listen, we
honestly.
appreciate you guys for tuning in. We love
Yes.
you so much.
Yeah.
Appreciate you
Listen,
so much.
If you like our show,
Yeah.
if you have no obligation, if you just started listening,
Yeah.
this isn't for you. We
if you're on the
appreciate you. We love
teeter-totter
you.
Yeah,
and
test
you're
us out a
1
little bit.
degree,
Yeah.
Come
our
on, test
way.
us out.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you appreciate the show and you love us, tell your friends. Word of mouth goes so far
Really
for
does.
entertainers.
Mhm.
It helps so much. So if you're listening right now, pause it, text somebody.
Mhm.
Florida Men
Put it
on
on
Florida
social.
Man.
Oh,
That's the
yeah.
show.
That's
Shout it in the
Yeah.
streets.
We
Yeah.
love you. We appreciate you. And we have headlines next.
finally. It's
We
what I'm
do
here
have
for.
headlines.
Bring
Yeah.
it, baby.
Let's do it. Okay, headlines.
Headlines.
All right, for our first headline, we have a Florida man, a naughty Florida man. Okay,
My favorite.
We have a lot
Okay.
of people upset
That's
because
not good because Christmas is coming up.
That's right.
that's true.
That's true.
He's not getting anything
No.
except for Cole. But he's gotten a lot of backlash and arrested because
Okay.
he
That's
went on
backlash.
to a church property
Okay.
and started a fire in some bushes.
Okay.
Okay. And then moved on to getting a can of gasoline and pouring it on a statue of Jesus
Well,
and then lighting that on fire. And so then he proceeded to leave the church
mhm.
and he goes to a residence and he lights a fence and then a door on fire with gasoline.
Okay.
Proceeds to another residence. This
Okay.
is all happening within like 30 minutes.
Yeah. I feel like this is that cartoon in the paper, The Circle of Life.
He just
Yeah.
where
keeps
you
going.
Track
Yeah.
this guy.
Goes to another house, ends up burning half of a house down. And
How much gasoline does he have?
too much.
Way too much.
I mean,
And this guy's
there's-
committed because gas prices are going through the roof right
Exactly.
I thought
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't assume that he bought it, to be honest with you, just
Oh.
judging by his character and his
now. If someone's
behavior.
willing to
Yeah.
burn down a neighborhood, they're willing to thieve.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
I
he
think
would
burning
definitely
down-
steal to be able to burn down a neighborhood.
Yeah. I think burning down is a form of thievery.
Now, in this case, that's true.
You're stealing
in,
from the people.
Hey, man.
in this case, are the firemen allowed to make the arrest?
Well, they can hit him with the squirt guns.
Right. They can squirt them,
I see what
but
you're saying.
not take them into jail.
Mm-mm, they can't.
Really?
You can't cuff them with water.
Firefighters are not allowed into onto the property of a jail.
No.
That's like
really?
no, that's like war territory where they're like
No.
fighting all the time. Firefighters
no, bro,
and
Where
police.
you been?
You're not allowed on the property.
No.
In Gangs of New York, do you remember that movie?
Yes,
And that
it's
movie,
the same situation as gang.
Yep.
I was going to
Identical.
say a lot of
Mhm.
fighting amongst the
Right.
municipality services. So
Right.
police,
Yep.
utilities,
Exactly.
firefighters. Okay.
Imagine the fire chief as Bill the Butcher.
I see
That's
what you're
exactly the
saying.
situation that's happening.
So this
here.
guy
Dead
burned down
on.
a neighborhood. The
Yep.
firefighter squirted him with water.
Right.
The police came and did what?
Probably hosed Jesus off real quick and took care of him.
Priorities.
I forgot he was on fire.
I think they took care of Jesus and then moved to the house that burned down.
okay.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's kind of what happened that night. He got a felony for the church one. Then
Really?
Wow. Okay.
And then he got misdemeanor criminal justice for, I think, the fence, and then another count of arson for the house that he burned down.
Honestly, if I'm the homeowner,
I'd be upset.
yeah,
Right? That's
you
the
better
point.
get a felony.
Yeah.
That's the point I'm trying to make.
I'm
Is
about
like
to catch
I feel
a
like
body.
he got
Yeah.
If
most
you don't
in
get a
trouble.
felony.
He got most in trouble for the statute.
Was it like a hate crime?
I don't know. I hated it.
Yeah, I hate.
What?
No, me
funny.
too. I'm just saying. But I agree with the sentiment that folks live in this house, don't live in a church. You know what I mean? So
I really don't think it was a hate crime.
we
I
are
just-
the church,
I
not
think
the building.
I just think he liked setting things on fire.
A lot of proclamations happening.
Right? Yeah.
So-
Put him to jail forever. I say.
Okay. Wow. Yeah.
For a while until he's
At least.
until he stops setting fires at
Yeah.
least.
Another one of those fire addicts. Didn't we have one of those?
Yeah, I think so.
Pyromaniac.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the name for that.
So anyways, our next headline, we have a Florida man that really makes a name for the state. Okay.
Yes.
He really kind of like
Honestly, listeners, you have to tune in just to see how stressed Cam gets reading these. I mean, he literally moves his whole head around.
Oh man.
gosh.
So
Not
okay.
again.
This Florida man really sets the bar
Yeah.
for just, expectations from Florida. I'll say it that way. We have a family that comes down to Miami from Minnesota. They're on vacation.
Okay. Wow.
Okay. I think it's a boyfriend and a girlfriend with a 16-year-old daughter, and then it says extended family.
Okay.
And so they're, hanging out in Miami Beach and having a good time.
Okay.
And then, just relaxing, and all of a sudden they look over and a man is running at them with a machete,
Oh
and
my
he's coming
gosh.
to get them while they're just hanging out on the beach. And so they immediately start running, they're
Yes.
screaming.
Yeah.
What a nightmare.
This man out of
sand?
he appears out of nowhere with a machete and is trying to attack them with this machete.
No.
Yeah. You don't do that.
Like
I don't.
unprovoked.
God, what a nightmare.
Nobody had any
Talk
contact
about
with
the
him.
trauma that
Right.
you're now going to attach to sand and beaches
Yeah, and Florida.
and Florida.
That's the
obviously.
thing, though, is that I'm not trying to make light of the situation.
Yep.
But those types of events are what people believe happen in Florida all the time.
That's what I'm
anyways.
saying.
Yeah.
These people went back to, and they're fine.
Okay.
The lady had a panic attack. Obviously,
Well, yeah.
she freaked out, and
Poor girl.
they're good. But they went to Minnesota saying, lives
Hey,
up
don't
to
go back to Florida, eh?
Yes.
lives up to the hype, eh?
I don't
Like
know. Yeah.
it's just like exactly what everybody talks about.
I mean,
The
dude,
fact
that's
that Florida is insane.
we're sorry. We apologize on behalf of the machete guy.
Right.
You should come back and try it again, because Florida is lovely, but we do have a high amount of people who will chase you with bladed weapons.
Yeah. Machetes and a machete is not like used to build sandcastles.
No.
So their
It
first red
should never
flag was
even
like,
been on the beach.
It
Yeah.
shouldn't have been on the beach. Now, this guy went to jail. They catch him.
Oh yeah, big time.
there's
I
no
always-
no machete signs like on the beach.
No, and I think
Like
that
no skateboarding.
I think that's the problem
Yep.
is they really do need to add those at some point.
for real.
What city was it in?
Miami.
You're saying the city of Miami cares more about skateboarders
Right.
than
Oh.
people getting
my
chopped with
gosh.
machetes?
Yeah. When you talk to the mayor,
No alcoholic beverages on the beach?
Hello?
Are you kidding? But you can
Yeah.
have machetes?
I can have my cheeks out,
You heard
but,
it.
but I get,
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. There's an election coming up too,
Oh.
so
is there?
Make
Yeah.
a change. Make the
yeah.
change. All right. So, anyways, here we go. Our next headline. We have a couple of fishermen that are fishing out of
Okay.
Fort DeSoto.
All right. Beautiful
Okay?
place.
Beautiful place.
Yeah, where the
I've-
dog
Yeah,
beach
I
park
actually
is.
Very
fished there a
nice.
couple times. And so, anyways, they're out there fishing, and one of the guys catches a big fish. Okay?
Congrats.
But it gets off.
okay.
Okay, so he's out there again. He throws back out, and he is
Hoping to
back.
hook the same
He's
fish
hoping to hook another
in
fish.
the ocean.
Does that happen?
How do you
yeah,
know? Oh, I
yeah,
guess
it
it's
can
got two
happen.
piercings.
Or
Oh.
if they're like a family of fish, and you got the the granddaddy, but
Oh, you want the
now
grandson.
you're trying to get somebody else in the
I get
family.
someone in
Yeah.
the bloodline.
Yeah,
Right.
the other pappy fish.
I'm
so-
gonna ruin this family one way or the other.
Exactly. Yeah. Before I leave this beach, I'm ruining a fish
Yeah.
family. And so, anyways, he's
Yeah.
fighting
Yeah.
this fish. He said it's
Oh, so he recognizes like
he
the
was saying
girth of
yeah,
it.
and he was saying
He's
it was a huge fish.
Yep.
Putting up a big fight, and he reels it in. And it ends up that he hooked a Publix plastic bag.
Okay.
Okay, well, I'm
So
anti-littering,
not
so
a
that's
fish.
good.
Yeah.
Not a fish.
Here's
but
the-
I could see where that would pull and you'd feel like it would, it's just
It may act
scooping
like
water.
a parachute.
I
Exactly.
haven't
water
fished
parachute.
in a while.
No.
But I do
Okay.
recall hooking. There's no greater feeling than
Oh,
hooking
right.
a big one.
Right.
Yeah.
And I've said that for a bit, but I think there would be a difference in the tug
Uh-huh.
Of
in
a
the
live
resistance
animal
of a live animal
Right.
or a Publix
for an
bag.
experienced
Right.
castman.
Exactly.
Yeah,
There
an
definitely
angler.
is, but when that excitement's high and you just lost another one,
Yep.
you're trying to reel that in quick. So you're not pausing to see if it's tugging back.
When Pop Pops and I were fishing on the River Thames,
Here we go.
this
I
obviously-
Is Pop Pop the fish in the family, or is that a relative?
No, it's my beloved Pop
Okay.
Pop. And I cast out. He says to me, I'll never forget this. He said, "Little Wayne, listen here. You
This
can
is
always tell the difference
made
between a fish and a bag." And I didn't know what he meant
Okay,
when
yeah.
he said that.
Yeah.
But now I get it.
Well,
Okay.
okay. So, did he say anything about what the difference in
I
the
don't
feeling
remember.
of what's in the bag?
Whoa.
So
wait
the-
a minute.
The contents
Okay.
of the bag doesn't matter to Pop Pop.
No, just probably water,
Oh
he
my-
assumes.
Okay. Can you
Okay.
imagine you pull it up,
Yeah.
Publix bag, and there's frozen fish in it?
No.
It's
That
a salmon.
Honestly,
fillet.
would have been better situation for this
What'd
guy.
he
But he ended up pulling up a Publix bag that had a revolver in it
Okay.
with a
the
rope,
band?
a gun.
Okay.
He pulled up a gun with a stone, like a rock tied to it with a rope.
Mm.
Okay.
To
So
weigh it
gun-
So
down.
it was heavy.
They legitimately had a rock tied to this gun, put it in a plastic bag, and threw it in the ocean.
Okay.
So
What are the
somebody
odds?
somewhere
Yeah.
is obviously trying to ditch this
They
gun.
don't want that gun to be found.
They do
No.
not want that. And what are the odds, like Josh said, that a fisherman pulled up a gun that was ditched into the
Wow.
ocean? That's
I mean, how many
insane.
square feet of ocean do we have?
At
a
least
lot.
And then 1
3,000.
square foot of 3,000. 1 square foot of gun,
Yeah.
and it pulls it up.
Dude, that's a foot long gun's pretty big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
No,
I will-
I mean, that would be a big gun. This is just a tiny revolver.
But I
so
will
But
say
I
this,
thought the
though.
rock was big.
That's
Right.
true.
He is. But I was just going to say, like, I think that, like, it's meant to be solved, that crime.
Right.
You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like,
Oh, I'm sure they're working on it.
he hooked it and brought it in. They
Right.
should put
My
extra deputies
problem-
on that.
My problem is,
How do you
as,
know
a,
that they didn't?
I'm just saying they should.
Okay.
as a conceptual artist, sometimes I want to toss things in the ocean, let them patina,
Right.
Okay.
and then pull them back out
And
for,
so that-
for my art.
Maybe they had like a play or something.
Thank
and
you.
the director
Yep.
was like, that gun looks too new.
Yes.
That's
This gun was supposed to be pulled out of the
Solved.
ocean.
Hey, age this prop. We're going to be filming in a year.
Let me pull it. Let me throw it into Fort DeSoto.
Can you throw it in the
Yeah.
ocean?
Yep.
And then hopefully someone pulls it up.
Right. The crazy thing was they pulled it up right next to a playground. They were fishing in front of the playground at
Yep.
Fort
Gotcha.
DeSoto.
Gotcha.
Where's our prop gun? It's by the playground.
Yeah.
That's a landmark.
Yeah. No harm, no foul.
Right.
So this guy went to prison.
What? Who?
All
No.
of them.
He caught
The
a gun?
fisherman? No, but
Yeah.
he should be shamed for not actually catching a fish, though.
Oh, wow.
That's true.
All right. Well, Wayne already did.
Yeah,
He
true.
went, his pop shamed him too. So, anyways, our next headline: we have a Florida man that
Yeah.
is pulled over for expired tags on his truck.
Oh, I hate that.
Okay. Yeah.
Got to
You
get
really
the
do.
2-year one if you make the payment.
Yeah, because sometimes mail is just
Yeah.
it's not fun to open. There's nothing
I
fun
haven't
about
opened
opening.
mail in 3 years.
Really?
Yeah.
I love getting mail.
When I was a kid, I loved getting mail
People
because it
send
was
us
like a
stuff all the
card.
time, and you guys get so happy about that.
No, once the bills for the rabies started
Right.
showing up.
Okay,
Okay.
Oof, I
that was
Stop.
the issue.
It's always
Yeah.
about your disease.
Okay.
All right. So, anyways, this guy, gets pulled over for expired tags. He gets out of the vehicle. Police are searching his truck, and kind of similar to the last story, they end up pulling out a hand grenade
Okay.
out of
That's
the
not
truck.
similar at all.
And the guy was like, I mean, it found a weapon that's not
That's
supposed
just
to be
someone
there.
finding something.
Okay. Well, so they find a hand grenade, and the
Okay.
guy, the owner of the truck, was like, "Yeah, I found that at a veteran's house. I'm not really sure if it's a prop or if it's a real grenade." So they
So
called.
I tossed it in my car.
So I put it in the back of my truck. They
Yeah.
called the bomb squad. Bomb squad comes out, blows it up right in the road.
Hell yeah.
Mm. That's amazing.
Yeah. So they had to blow it up because it was a live grenade that was just riding in the back of this guy's truck.
He deserved it for stealing, though. He blew up his truck. That's not covered. That's not covered under insurance.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
so he's suing the police and the bomb squad because they blew up his truck.
Yeah, they saved his life.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. They threw it. I don't know what
he's
they
gonna
did. They
sue.
probably threw it in the ditch or something.
They didn't blow it up.
They did blow it up,
Oh.
I think they
Yeah.
put it like
but not in his
They
truck.
put it like in a sewer.
Oh, well, if you're gonna move it,
I see what you're saying.
toss it in the
I
ocean.
don't.
Who cares?
Now I will say
somebody,
this.
somebody at the playground's gonna find it.
Well, Cameron has had a grenade or two in this current studio for a
4
while.
feet away.
There's a couple in the closet.
See, I'm
See?
calling the bomb squad.
Yeah, they're gonna blow up this room.
All right. So our next headline: we have a Florida woman
Mhm.
trying to sell a couple of dogs, a couple puppies.
Oh,
Okay.
I hate that.
Well, okay, maybe
I mean,
she
it
was,
happens. I
maybe
get
she
it.
was giving them away. Who knows?
Okay.
I'll just change it.
She's giving away some puppies.
I'll change it for Josh.
Okay.
She was donating some puppies
Oh, love
to
it.
charitable people.
Love it.
And so these 3 guys show up interested in
Don't like that.
being donated these puppies.
3
Yeah.
guys should not hang out together.
Yeah.
You're right about that.
Yeah.
And so they show up to this house, try to knock the door down, try to
Okay.
steal these dogs,
Wait, what?
and attack the lady. She pulls out a gun to defend
That's what I'm
herself.
talking about.
They start taking off. I think one of them has one of the puppies. They're running
Oh,
away.
gosh.
She ends up shooting one of them.
Good.
And it turns out that these are like 16-year-old kids that came
Okay.
just to steal these puppies. And
How
like
much-
they knocked the door down, trying to steal, beat this lady up just to steal some dogs.
Okay.
And which is weird because I thought they were being
This is
donated.
Total yeah, I thought they were being donated. too.
What's confusing?
So 16-year-olds are hanging out together,
Right.
browsing Craigslist.
Yes.
They see an ad for puppies. They go,
Right.
let's
Steal
go,
'em.
Let's go steal them.
Yeah,
Yes.
let's steal
Let's
some dogs.
break the door down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, that's wild. But I will say
Such
this.
a jump.
Yeah, that's something, I guess, if you've never had a pet growing up.
Yep.
And now you're like, wait a minute.
And like you really, really want
You see an opportunity to have one.
Right.
Okay.
And so you go that route. But I mean, so the kid that got shot, how's he doing?
Oh, he's fine.
Okay.
I mean, he's in jail.
Back at school the
Okay.
next day. Okay.
Yeah.
He's in jail.
Yeah. He's
That's
good.
wild,
It
dude.
is wild. What kind of dogs were these?
I don't know, but I think they were being
Yellow.
sold for like $5,000 a piece.
Oh, well, okay. Well, I could see that.
Holy crap.
Yeah, I mean, donated. Donated,
Yeah,
Josh.
for $5,000.
Sorry.
That's not, that's pretty
You
good.
get the dog for a donation.
Right.
of
It's a barter
5,000.
system.
I see what you're saying.
All right. So
That's
we have one less Florida man Amazon driver out on the
Oh,
road at this
no.
point.
Wait, what
Okay.
happened?
And honestly, Amazon drivers are some of my favorite people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love seeing them come up to my door.
Amen.
they always
uh,
have good stuff.
Right. And so this Amazon driver got some heat from a video that came out this
Uh-oh.
week. You see the video
Mhm.
of an Amazon truck kind of parked to the side of the road.
Okay.
And then you see the back door of the Amazon truck open up and
The goods are stored in the back, though.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
And then and this lady in a very short dress comes out and she's
I don't know what the uniform is.
she's
Not-
fixing her dress and kind of fixing her hair, and then you see the
I saw this on
you see
TikTok.
the Amazon driver follow her out and close the door.
There
And
was
so-
extracurricular activity happening.
There was
mid. Oh, okay. My mind's so far from that.
right. I can tell.
Yeah.
Mid shift.
Mid shift.
Yes, he has this lady come into the back of the Amazon truck or
Okay.
van.
Yep.
To play some games.
Inspect the package.
Right.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
And so ends up this video went super viral. He gets fired.
No, they've tracked him down.
Yeah, he's on the job. You can't do that
He's
kind of stuff.
an employee. What do you
Oh,
mean
no.
they tracked him down?
Well, I don't know. I don't,
the Amazon van probably has numbers.
She was
or
fired
something.
too.
she was.
She was.
She was
Yeah.
fired too.
Yeah, but which is the real crime here, honestly?
What? Who?
Her getting fired.
Oh,
So
for sure.
You're
Yeah.
telling me you can't like take a break
No,
and hook up in your work car
No, I don't think so.
and get caught on video.
and get caught on video. That's not okay now in this world.
I don't think so because I think that with Amazon the issue is they're not even allowed to take a break to go pee,
Oh, true.
and so I think this is like a mega no.
yeah.
Oh, for sure. Amazon, they've got some pretty strict like conditions.
How high was morale after the fact, though? I mean,
For
That-
who?
him.
That's
both.
something
Oh,
that
he
Jeffrey Bezos should look into.
Mhm.
As far as like, I want my employees to be happy.
Yep.
Should we give them time
With their friends.
with their friends to
In
hang
the
out in the back
car.
of the
Yeah,
vans?
lunch break.
yeah.
Lunch break,
Mhm.
a little lunch break treat.
I think all the packages after that break would be delivered in a much happier
Whistling.
If I'm
Yes.
honest,
He's
I don't
skipping
want-
down the
I don't
road.
want my
Exactly.
package in that van.
Yes.
If I'm honest, I mean, I'm for that delivery.
I see what he's
Okay.
saying. Good enough for thee, but not for ye.
Hey, fellas.
Hello, Josh.
Hey, Josh.
So last night
Yep.
we had, or yesterday, we had a nice Patreon call.
Yep.
Yes.
And I was asked for an update about the Great Doo-Doo Divide.
Come on.
Patreon call, meaning that we're on Zoom
Yeah.
with some of our amazing Patreons from our
Yes.
investor tier. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I thought
We didn't call Patreon.
No, not yet.
No.
No.
It's on the books, though.
So I thought I would elaborate on what you wanted to hear.
Right.
Yeah, please.
So this is actually a quiz.
Wait, what?
Episode 153.
Are you kidding me?
Quiz.
This guy's pop quizzing us.
Are you?
Well, I wanted to do it around 150,
Yeah,
but then we had so much going on.
that is true.
Okay.
Halloween.
Yeah.
So you
150
you
anniversary.
just told our listeners
Mhm.
on live stream
Mhm.
who were in that call last night. Hey,
She knows.
what?
Oh,
She knows.
no.
Are you
Yeah.
serious?
Yeah, and she actually corrected some of my questions.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So some of the investor tier Patreons
Oh
helped
my
you
gosh.
win
Okay.
this
Thank
quiz.
you, Ashley.
Oh,
Well,
my gosh. What
I'm
a blessing.
I'm a little salty.
Yeah,
but-
What
no,
a
I sent her the
blessing.
questions.
Oh, tricky.
So these are actually from almost each quarter. So we got 1, episode 25.
It's not gonna
episode
matter.
50. I
Wait,
know.
they're about our show.
Yes.
Oh my god.
We don't listen
We
to our-
literally do the worst.
Can I
on
just
this
say,
quiz.
if you're tuning in for the 1st
Mhm.
time, Josh will occasionally quiz us about
Mhm.
our own show.
Yes.
And we never do well.
No, I liked it back when you would do quizzes about
OJ
like-
Simpson.
Yes.
Yeah, and also like,
Orenthal.
didn't you do like music in the 80s or something?
I think that was your quiz, actually.
I like that one.
Yeah, you liked your own. Question 1.
Okay.
Episode 1.
Yeah.
Wow.
Cameron did headlines
Oh god.
about a lady that brought a non-traditional support animal
I know what this is.
onto the airline.
How do I beep in?
I have multiple choice, or you can freestyle it.
Freestyle Wayne.
I freestyle.
Snake.
Snake.
He's wrong.
Okay, Cam.
Squirrel.
Squirrel. Okay, let's see. Both are in the options.
Okay.
Oh jeez, I thought they were
So
just
we
saying
have
correct.
a squirrel in a vest.
Okay.
Was it a python in a sack?
Mm,
Was it
Probably.
an iguana in a fanny pack?
no.
Or was it a kinkajou in a pocket?
That sounds really nice, actually.
Yeah. Cameron said squirrel. We're going to stick with that answer. Wayne said snake,
Yeah.
which is in the python family.
Yes.
Right.
Well,
Well,
Cameron gets a point.
Yes.
oh,
Can I contest it real fast? Because that was his section
Okay.
of
Okay.
that episode. So I
right.
feel like it's not fair.
you were here
Yeah.
and you're
I
so
don't-
wrong.
I don't recall.
Okay.
I don't recall.
Question 2.
Okay.
Episode 25.
In Wayne's story section.
And what episode?
Episode 25.
Okay.
You may remember this from one headline where a Lakeland man
Okay.
was driving down I-4 standing out his sunroof.
Okay. Yeah. I recall.
He said, take me to jail. Just don't take me back to my wife.
Yes.
You remember that?
I
Yes,
remember
I
that.
do.
Same episode.
Uh-oh.
The icebreaker was skip school stories.
Okay.
And since Wayne wants this to be a Wayne-centric question,
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
Wayne skipped school with Brian. During that episode, what was Brian's nickname? Was it?
Who's Brian?
I don't know.
You skipped school with him
Yeah, I
on the
remember.
you got on the
You were
roof?
there.
I don't
Again,
recall.
you're the only one that was there.
Was his name Tickle Me Brian?
Okay.
Was his name Squirrely Brian?
Okay.
Was his name
That's too suspicious. There was squirrel in the last answer.
Brian the Leper?
Okay. Well,
Or
He had
was
spots.
or was his name Brain? Because he constantly misspelled his name.
No, it was Squirrely Brian.
Squirrely Brian.
tickle me, Brian.
Tickle Me Brian,
Dang
2
it.
points for Cameron.
Let's go.
Wow. That one actually was about you.
I only
and
answered
your
that because I know how much Wayne likes to tickle people.
Bingo.
That
Yeah.
was why we were such
That's why
good
you got
friends.
in the mood.
And
Right.
also why we got caught. We were hiding, and I kept going, and then I got in trouble.
That's your tickle sound?
Yeah.
I don't like that at all.
No.
Well,
me
whatever.
neither.
You weren't invited.
Question 3.
Okay.
Goomer Zendo.
Come again?
Wait, who?
Goomer Zendo
That's not a name.
made Cameron's headlines. For what crime?
There's
Was it because
been a lot of
he-
names.
Was it because he bagged up frozen iguanas
Okay, that is a real
and
story.
then wrecked into oncoming traffic when they reanimated?
Okay.
Was it because he dressed up as a lady, robbed a bank, and then stole a cop car after getting tased twice?
These are all real stories.
Was it because he slapped his ex-girlfriend
Uh-huh.
with uncooked spaghetti
Okay, well, that's mean.
to create a cool sound for his dubstep album?
Okay.
Or was it because he ramped his neighbor's RV into a retention pond?
Okay.
Name was Goomer Zendo.
Goomer. What would
Yeah.
What would Goomer do?
Well, WWGD.
I think it was, he did the number 2, the B.
Number
When,
2.
what was that one?
What was that one?
He robbed the bank
Okay.
Okay.
as a lovely, lovely lady.
Ah, I was going to go with that too.
Really? Okay. Well, we can divide the points
Okay.
if that's the answer.
Yep.
The
I'm gonna
answer
go with
is
A.
A is bagged up
The
frozen iguanas. Okay. The entire point goes to Wayne.
I didn't want to share my points.
Goomer
Are you kidding me?
Zendo passed a note to the teller saying, I have sufficient weapons to kill everybody in here.
Oh, I remember that.
I do remember that.
Yeah.
That was a very, that
I'd
was
rather
a,
have 0 points than share something.
Amen.
I know, but that was a really, really good headline because I remember thinking
Mm-hmm.
back then that was a really tough thing to say to somebody. That's a really like,
Mhm.
I have
That's why he
sufficient
wrote it
weapons.
on a
Yeah.
note.
Yep.
He couldn't
Can't say it
speak,
out loud.
He couldn't speak
No.
those words.
Yeah.
It was a very confident statement.
Yeah.
Question 4 comes from episode 75.
Okay.
You guys may remember this because this is when we got our Martinelli sponsor.
That's right. It
Nice.
was the Great Brit Split.
It was.
Yeah.
And we also
Uh-oh.
dedicated the episode to 1775, the troops of the English army.
That's right.
Yeah.
Who came
I do remember
who came
that.
in second place.
Yep.
The question was obviously spoken in
Old English.
Old English
Right.
by myself.
Naturally.
Let me see if I can get into the character.
Okay.
Oh, no.
If you listen to this quiz, it's good. And this is what Ashley, our Patreon member, corrected me on.
Okay.
How many Queen
Oh,
Elizabeths
God.
were before me? Oh, I missed the first line. It's me, the Queen. How many Queen Elizabeths were before me?
Ah,
Answer 1.
Are you
none.
asking?
Yes, none. I'm the first Queen Elizabeth.
okay. Sounds just like her.
None.
It really does.
My name isn't really Elizabeth.
That's fake.
It's like the Pope.
Is-
My name is Jessica.
Is this the Queen of Italy?
None. My name isn't Elizabeth. Just didn't look up my real name.
Okay.
Okay.
Or last one. I'm the second one. My mama was the first one. You dunces.
Okay. I think it was 4.
4?
Yeah.
I do like the insult.
Yeah, you dunces.
Yeah.
She would say that.
You don't want to share points with me.
I don't. Oh, God.
Pick a different one.
3.
Yes.
3.
C.
Okay. All of those are wrong because I didn't include the right answer.
Are you serious?
What a
Yeah.
turd.
This is what Ashley gave me. She's actually the second.
Okay.
The first one was Henry VIII's daughter.
Okay.
Oh,
Thank
so
you.
not her mom.
Yeah.
Well, see, I didn't want to correct you.
Yeah. Well, both of you were wrong.
Okay.
Well,
Either
your
way.
answers were wrong.
Well, technically, yeah,
Listen.
sure.
That's not fair, Pat
We
Sajak,
trusted
because
you.
what?
No, it's fair.
I said we
I'm
trusted
I'm
you.
oh, don't trust me. Episode 100, we're going to skip because I hate you guys.
Okay.
Episode 125. And this
Okay.
is like question 4 or 5.
Okay.
I don't know. 125.
I'm in the lead, though.
Yeah,
But
you are.
We know that.
2 to 1.
2 to 1.
Yep.
A man stole 7.1 million
That's a lot.
in corona relief funds.
I remember that.
He was being extradited from what country?
I remember that too.
Ooh.
Estonia. Albania, Lithuania, Croatia.
Okay. It's D for sure, 100%.
I know that it's D for sure.
Okay.
I said it first, though.
Okay.
I'll share points on it.
3/4 point, 1/4 point.
Are you
both
serious?
get the point. So 1 3/4 points,
go!
2 1/4
Are you
point.
kidding me?
You both split it.
You have to say it fast.
That was not in the rules.
For the 1/4 point that's hanging in
Okay.
limbo.
No, there's not one hanging in limbo. You got a quarter, I got 3/4.
How's that possible?
In the headlines, what major form of transportation was stolen? In that
Lamborghini.
episode?
A Lamborghini.
Major.
A train.
Yeah. Think like kingdoms in the animal kingdom.
Okay.
Think the big boys like
A lion.
ship,
Oh.
car, train,
Oh.
boat. What major form of transportation?
What are you talking
It was
about?
it was a ship.
Wrong.
It was
It was a locomotive.
I said train.
The locomotive.
You didn't say nothing.
Yes, I
Okay.
did.
1/4 point. Cameron.
That's
Wow.
all I get.
Pulls the lead. And
No,
now
I said train.
Wonder House episode just released.
Wow.
Last Friday.
I have a feeling that.
Lucille Ducharme,
Okay.
Okay.
the second owner of the house.
Right.
She was actually the first person to live in it.
She was very
from
nice.
63
Right.
to the 90s. You didn't meet her. She had
Beautiful
passed.
lady.
Yeah.
Our host described her as what?
Genuine.
Yes.
Gorgeous.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Both
Okay.
half points. for
Right.
that.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Was it A good Cruella DeVille?
Okay.
Was it B,
Hmm.
a young Benjamin Button?
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
Was it
that's
C?
confusing.
Florida's Great Gatsby? Or was it D,
Don't look at me.
the female version of Hugo Ferreira, lead singer of the band Tantric?
C.
C. Wayne.
I had it first.
Okay. Let
Did
me
you say
see the
C,
answer.
Wayne?
Okay, he described
Great
her as a
Gatsby.
good Cruella DeVille.
Oh my gosh.
Here's the thing. Cameron said yes in Spanish, and he wants credit for the answer.
Okay. Okay.
All right, so we're both wrong.
You're actually
Which
both
means I win.
wrong. Well, bonus
Okay.
question.
How many
worth
points?
Of
10
course.
points.
So okay,
All
this
right.
is where I shine.
Well,
this is
We'll
going to
see.
be where you shine.
Okay.
Wonder House host
Yeah.
Chrysalin
Yes.
Uh-huh.
is from Estonia.
That's right. Lovely.
Now, there are two major islands in Estonia:
oh, we're screwed.
Okay.
Huma, and Sadama.
I knew
Gotcha.
that.
Chrysalin's grandfather was from which of these islands?
Sodoma.
Mike? You okay?
Huma.
No, he can't change his answer. All right, go ahead.
Huma is the answer.
Dude, that
wins.
is crap.
Wayne
You,
wins.
you looked at him and were like, "Are you sure?"
I want to make sure everybody's sure in their
Bro,
answer.
Wayne, the slayer of quizzes.
That's
This
11 and a
strikes
half
again.
points.
Ridiculous.
2 3/4 points.
It was looking tight in the first, I would say 90% of the quiz.
No,
Yeah.
it wasn't at all.
Luckily, Wanderhouse is fresh in your brain.
Yeah. That's so good. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hello.
I've got a story for you.
I hope so. That's why we're
Really
here.
hope so.
Lawrence B. Brown was born in 1856
Okay.
in northern Florida.
Wow.
How old would that make him, Cam?
1856. Yeah, at least 2 hundo.
At least.
Yeah.
Lawrence
Maybe
from the,
not quite.
No.
No. Lawrence, from the time he was born,
Yeah.
faced a lot of hardships as an enslaved American.
Yeah.
His father, Peter Brown, was a plantation minister, and his mother, Catherine, she was of First Nation heritage.
Okay.
They were very poor, and the area that his family lived in was absolutely terrible.
Oh wow.
Well, you said enslaved.
You said
So-
North
Yeah.
Florida too.
Yeah.
So.
So
Right.
both of those.
Well,
say
here's
terrible.
the thing, though. At the time, this place was called Wakahuta, Florida.
Well, yeah,
Sounds beautiful.
it
though.
does sound really nice.
Wakahuta is still around in theory, but it's not a city. So the area is on a map,
Mhm.
but like no one calls it home. So basically, this happens often in our state where An area is established but
Mhm.
never becomes a city officially.
Right.
So it gets driven through,
and
or
it's
still
with a
like-
name like Wakahuta.
Right.
You
Wow.
can't
Well,
expect
yeah.
much.
through historic events and just like gradually over time, people just kind of leave and the
Yeah.
new cities are formed around that area.
Yeah.
So Wakahuta actually had a very, very dark history that unfortunately for our Florida man, Lawrence B. Brown, it really affected his life from a young age.
Mm.
It was the site of multiple slaughters in the
Oh my
first
God.
God,
Gosh.
the S word?
in the first and second
Slaughters?
Seminole Wars.
Jeez.
And its economy was based solely on slavery.
Okay, yeah,
Not
those
a
are
nice
all
place.
no.
Nasty place, bad reputation in the 1800s. So this was Lawrence's story for the first decade of his life. He was born into slavery,
Okay.
into one of the worst possible times
Oof.
and areas in our state. But the 13th Amendment was ratified in
Okay.
1865, which meant that Lawrence and his entire family was finally free.
Nice.
Oh, gosh.
Now-
And Wakahuta adopted that. Hopefully.
well, not quite.
oh,
easily.
gosh.
This was an interesting predicament that kind of Lawrence found himself in because his entire life up until this point, he's known nothing but difficulty.
Mm.
Mhm.
And now he and his family have this newfound freedom, but they had the same questions a lot of folks had, which was like, what do we do? Where do we go?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because the law said they were free, but a lot of nasty people in that area didn't see it that way.
Correct. Yeah.
And so Lawrence's father, Peter Brown, he knew, like, first things first, we got to get out of Wakahuta.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
We got to leave.
Yeah.
We can't stay here. This area is awful. So fortunately for the family, Lawrence's dad had heard about this provision that allowed formerly enslaved people to apply for a grant that would give them a plot of land
Mhm.
to start a new life on.
Okay.
Perfect.
That's a good.
That was
yeah,
one
that's
acre.
good.
Yeah, you
Phew.
apply for it, you get an acre of land.
I mean,
So-
an acre's not a lot, but
Right.
it's something.
So Lawrence's dad, he applies. And we don't know why this happened.
Uh-oh.
Whether it's
gosh.
a clerical error
Of
or
course,
just
yeah.
a blessing from above.
Wait.
Oh,
Uh,
positive.
The state of Florida gives them 40 acres of land
Oh
Nice.
my gosh.
outside of Gainesville.
Take it.
Jeez. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so and that's what's crazy
Wakahuta
about
who?
it.
Get out of
Yeah,
here.
they're just-
Wakahuta who?
yeah, well, exactly. So not a lot's known as to why that happened, but the mistake was made in their favor. So in 1865, things really start looking up for Lawrence B. Brown. His father
Mhm.
was an amazing carpenter,
Perfect.
and he starts teaching Lawrence like everything
Right.
about the
Okay.
business. And Lawrence, he's a young guy.
No trees on the 40 acres. So.
Oh.
Yeah,
That's the
just
problem.
God. Lawrence is soaking up this information. This kid's loving it.
Okay.
He's not only his dad's right-hand man, but he was picking up carpentry so well that his father actually began building a second home
What?
on the property so that Lawrence could complete the first one by himself.
Heck yes.
Okay. So they have a home and then like a training carpentry
Yep.
home.
Yep.
Like this is your practice
Mhm.
home.
Right. So Cameron's got a son.
Right.
I was just going to
Yeah.
ask you, Cameron. Let's say hypothetically you
Right.
acquire some land.
Of course.
You're
Yep.
building a house. Your son's helping you. At what point do you go, you know what? This kid's got it.
Yeah.
I'll build another one. Let him
Yeah.
finish
Well, we
it.
might as well have two. I mean, don't help me. Go do
Yeah.
it yourself.
I think once you make a mistake and you're like, oh, the foundation's cracking,
right.
then
Well,
you go, okay, you can have this one.
at that point, yeah, you get to decide: are we going to live in the one that I made or
That
the one
daddy
my
built?
the one my 2-year-old built?
Right.
Bingo.
Well, here's the thing. This is what's so wild. So his dad builds a home. Lawrence finishes the first one. That's the relationship he had with his father. Just this kind of like awesome camaraderie.
Right.
He's
Cool.
learning everything from his dad. And so soon after relocating to this new property, Lawrence's family now have 2 houses.
Awesome.
And his father decides to rent the second one to some folks who needed a place to stay.
Right.
Okay.
He used the profits from that second home to build a third home.
That's what I'm talking
Okay.
about.
Well,
He starts renting that one out as well.
yes.
Okay.
So before long, Lawrence B. Brown and his family have half a dozen rental homes
Yes.
on their homestead
Jeez.
and a steady stream of income.
Okay, so
Mhm.
they weren't
Mhm.
building a house; they're building a neighborhood.
They're
Cool.
building a very tiny street of houses.
Yes.
Yeah. So the second decade of Lawrence's life is very different from the first one.
Okay.
He's a young carpenter. Things are going really well.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, Lawrence's dad, Peter, gets ill.
Mm.
And it was a gradual sickness. So for the last 2 years of his father's life,
Mm.
Lawrence had to balance managing this property and taking care of his dying father and his aging mother.
Okay,
Oof.
jeez.
And so on his deathbed, his father asked Lawrence to promise him 2 things. He says, number 1, wherever you go, just promise me you'll take your mother with you.
Okay.
And number 2, be kind to everyone. And no matter what, just spend your life taking care of people.
That's
Well,
incredible.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
incredible advice.
Yes.
Yeah.
So these are the 2 things that Lawrence's dad tells him on his deathbed. And so
Right.
obviously it carries a lot of weight. Lawrence does just that. His father passes away, and Lawrence can't really stay around the homestead anymore. It bums him out.
Right.
For sure.
He doesn't want to be there. So basically, he divides the land up and he gives it equally to the tenants that had been renting from
Really?
him.
Wow. Okay. So you
He
go from
gives it to 'em.
renting
Right.
Oh, yeah.
to now you own 10 acres.
Yeah, you have this equal
Jeez.
share of property. He packs up his belongings and his mother's belongings, and they hit the road. And so while they're traveling south, further into Florida. Lawrence overhears a conversation.
Mhm.
Apparently, an area in Central Florida called Polk County has
Well-
just discovered phosphate mines,
Okay.
Jeez.
and they're littered all throughout the region.
That is true.
He's a carpenter.
Yes. So, side note, if you know about Polk County, you know that phosphate mining, even present day, is huge.
Yeah.
It's a massive
absolutely.
industry here.
Well, yeah, you would think Polk Countyans would know that. But if you go back to our Chemical Kim episode, you'll find out that none of us actually knew.
We're not chemists. We know that they exist. We
I'm
don't know
just
the
saying.
science.
Well, I'll
just
say
saying.
this. Polk County is known for 2 things, phosphate and Grady Judd.
That's true.
Okay.
I mean,
yes,
that's pretty accurate.
Yep.
So when Lawrence hears about this newfound phosphate mine and the fact that the Florida Railroad's just been constructed through the
Yes.
county to
Right.
help with the phosphate mines, he sees dollar signs.
Mm.
So not necessarily in the phosphate industry,
Mhm.
but he knew that in the late 1800s that the money followed the railroads.
Where there's
Absolutely.
railroads, there's money.
Right.
Exactly.
Cam's always said.
I've
that.
And
always said
Cameron
that.
still says that.
Yeah.
In 1885, Lawrence and his mother moved to a small town called Bartow, Florida.
That's exactly where you
Really?
need to be for phosphate.
Okay.
So
Where
once
the
he's-
Wander House is?
That's where the
Mhm.
Wonder House was for Halloween, nearby our studio. So once Lawrence is in Bartow, he purchases land and he set off to build he and his mom a home.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's the thing.
hmm
Lawrence is a very smart guy.
Right.
He knows what has worked for him and his family in the past.
Mm-hmm.
He knows what he's good at, carpentry. So maybe it was as like a distraction. He just needed something to do. But after he built his first home,
Okay.
he said to his mom, well, I think I'm going to build another one.
Of course.
I think if you're a carpenter,
I think one isn't enough.
And you're bored a little bit.
yeah,
And he's used to having multiple homes.
that's
Well,
true.
What do you guys think he did after that second house?
I think he's.
Fourth house.
I think at least 6.
Lawrence B. Brown went on to build 65 houses
Holy
my gosh.
cow!
on the property
Okay.
that he bought.
A little
So-
excessive.
He literally built Bartow.
I bet that 65th house, though, is like perfect.
He's like, I'm
Yeah.
tired.
Either that
Yeah.
or it's really bad.
Okay. True.
Like he's worn
Okay.
out.
So
Yeah,
the
he-
63rd house is
That's
awesome.
where
yeah,
the
yeah.
prime real estate
Yeah,
is.
definitely.
So he followed the same formula as before. He rented them out.
Okay.
He collected this massive, steady stream of income.
Right.
And now that he was responsible for the well-being of all these people
Mhm.
living in these houses, he's the landlord, you know, he kind of remembered what his father had told him. Make sure that you always take care of people.
Okay.
That's your priority
Mm-hmm.
in life. So Lawrence, he starts learning everything he could to help his neighbors. So no matter what they asked of him, if he didn't know how to do it, he taught himself how to do it.
Right.
Wow.
He wanted to be the answer to their problems. So I wanted to list a
what
few.
a landlord, though. This is so opposite.
I know.
Above and beyond.
Yeah.
I want to list a few examples of his
Okay.
newfound expertise. Lawrence became proficient in cabinetry.
Okay. Well,
Beautiful. That,
that makes
kind of
sense.
goes
It's a
along
pretty-
with it.
yeah.
It does. Shoeing horses.
Nope.
That's a
no.
180,
Yeah.
yeah.
I wouldn't expect, like, if I went to my landlord and I said, my tire's flat,
Right.
I wouldn't expect him to build me a tire.
He also started making umbrellas.
Also opposite.
It
of
rains
the-
a lot in Florida.
Yeah.
That's true.
He started mirror silvering, basically
Good Lord.
creating
Okay.
mirrors out
I'm
of
gonna
silver.
stop.
That one's
pointing out.
impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy is absolutely insanely talented. He's
Where'd you have the
umbrella
time
making
to do
and
silvering?
mirror silvering.
How do you have time?
I know.
Where do you know? Where do you learn this stuff?
I don't even think you can buy a book
No.
on how to make a mirror.
After
Well,
building
that's what he got into next.
Oh.
after buying
Yeah,
books.
Buying books.
This is no joke. I swear on my life.
Okay.
Cross my heart
He's
to
an author.
God. No, he bought up every Bible he could find and gave them all away.
Okay. Wow. Of course.
Josh did not see my notes.
Of course. Not.
He
I just predicted it.
That's just one of those things. That's what Lawrence did. He was just one of those guys. He wanted to be what his father asked him to be. He loved everyone in Bartow, and everyone in Bartow loved him.
Cool.
Through hard work and determination, Lawrence became a thriving businessman and a well-respected community leader. He was known to be very generous with his wealth, and so he hated the idea of someone like going without. And so a lot of times, if families could not pay the rent, he just wouldn't have them pay it. He would just say, "Hey, pay me what you can when you can." It's just one of those things.
Did he pick up dog poop for people?
He did better. He regularly held food drives for the community.
Of course.
He would hold community gatherings where he would personally lead people in hours singing hymnals.
Wow.
Where does he have the time to learn?
I mean, maybe he was building a mirror while he was singing to people.
Maybe.
I don't know.
At the time of his death in 1941, Lawrence B. Brown was considered to be one of the wealthiest men in Polk County.
What?
Jeez.
The Victorian-style two-story mansion that he built for his mother still stands in Bartow. In 1998, the Florida Department of State inducted Lawrence into the list of Great Floridians.
Awesome.
And in 2016, the Smithsonian National Museum of African American History and Culture selected his story and his house to be one of their inaugural exhibits.
What?
That's
Where
amazing.
is this?
So his tombstone actually has a really appropriate inscription, and I wanted to end the story with this.
Cool.
His headstone says, "Here lies Lawrence B. Brown, from slavery to community builder."
Wow.
Incredible. And
Absolutely insane.
He probably built the tombstone himself.
Sure.
I know. Dude, just what
didn't
an
want to burden
amazing
somebody.
story to be as kind as he was. 65 houses,
That's crazy.
blows my mind.
Can you imagine though if you went to your landlord and you're like, "Hey, Mr. Landlord, my mirror. I need a new mirror in my
Could you
bathroom.
silver
It
me
broke."
one?
Or just be like, no, even now though, if
Ask
you
him
go
for
to your
anything.
landlord and say my mirror broke, and they're like, I mean, I could probably make one of those.
No, they would be like, "I'll fine you."
Yeah,
I'm
broke a
saying,
mirror
but
in the
could
place?
you imagine somebody
No.
like
absolutely crazy.
I
The
could probably
umbrella
make one.
Making anything.
I thought he was just so nice. Like it rained one time, and he was like, "Not on my watch.
No.
I'm going to make some umbrellas."
My tenants aren't getting wet.
No,
Jesus.
no, they're not. Hey, speaking of our listeners, we love you
Yes, we do.
We do.
a lot.
We really do.
Episode 153. For those who've been around from the start, we appreciate you. We can't
Big
do it
number.
without you. And patreon.com/FMOFM podcast. That's where you find a lot of bonus material. We're live streaming right now to people 12:30 in the afternoon.
I know.
Feels unnatural.
And the
does.
chat is hopping. A lot of people watching. And it's on there. If you missed the live stream, that's fine because it's there all throughout the week.
Yep.
Right.
Most of our folks do come on later in the week and watch it. So we love you guys so much. We appreciate you, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.